There's something that I always say, and it goes like this. When you build your table properly, you don't have to worry about it being destroyed by messy people. There's so much power in minding your business, but there's greater power in not putting other people in your business. You just never know what people have really done in their past or what they're doing in their current moment that is festering chaotic energy.
Is it how you move, how you smile, how you captivate everything, how the body move, pretty eyes, got it all, you killing the scene. I want you to be mine.
Greetings, my amazing A-listers, and welcome to another beautiful day with A. I am so grateful to be here, and I trust that you all are well. If you're not, I'm sending you all the good vibes. For those of you who are new, my name is A, and I'm your favorite mindset and meditation mentor. Here at Experience A-List, I help women reclaim their self-worth by putting themselves first, by creating self-fulfilling routines through accountability and meditation sessions. A-List is a list of alchemizing women of the highest order of divinity, excellence, and admirable eminence. We make it happen. We don't make excuses. So today's topic is going to be about preserving your energy, conserving your energy, and stop oversharing and minding your business. So let's get right into it. There is so much power in preserving your energy. Not everything or everyone needs your attention. Not everything or anyone needs your reaction. The energy that you exert out will come back to you. It's important to have healthy boundaries, not only with yourself, but with others as well. Don't allow what you consume to consume you. There's something that I always say, and it goes like this. When you build your table properly, you don't have to worry about it being destroyed by messy people, which leads us into our first point, which is minding your business and stop oversharing. There's so much power in minding your business, but there's greater power in not putting other people in your business, not telling other people your business, because this starts to build chaos and conflict. When you mind your business and you conserve your energy, you don't have to worry about having unnecessary chaos fester in your energy or in your relationships. You avoid having people put you in uncomfortable situations. And this also keeps you at a higher vibration and also keeps you focused. Now, I have a little story time about something that relates to me oversharing information. And this kind of goes back into why I also am embarking on my sober journey. If you saw my last video, you know I talked in depth about being sober and the traumatic experience that I recently just had because I was drinking too much. And that kind of goes back into my point where I said, don't allow what you consume to consume you. Okay, so here's a little story time about a situation that I was put into, but I put myself into it, but I didn't expect it to happen this way. So there was a person who I did consider as family to me. I felt like, not that I felt like, she did betray me. And I was not expecting it because I went to her in confidence and she ratted me out basically. And what she thought that she was doing was helping, but it did not help anything. And the person that she went back and told, I guess she thought that was going to change the dynamic or whatnot. But even her just going back to tell the person was just mind-blowing to me, because it's like, why would you do that? Like, I wouldn't do that to you. And whatever she thought that was going to do and to try to keep the person away from me, it didn't happen. And no, I'm not in a relationship. I did not cheat on anybody. It wasn't like that or anything sneaky, but it was just something that I was talking to her about and my own personal confidence. And I felt like, you know, like we good enough and we're close enough that I could trust you with this information. I take accountability for that because I was oversharing. And the reason why I was oversharing is because I was drunk. So, you know, when you're drunk, you just have word vomit. And that's kind of what I was doing. And the whole situation was very petty, but what she thought that she was doing and how she was quote unquote helping, it didn't necessarily help in the ways that she thought. And it actually brought the person closer to me. So I was just confused as to like why she would go and do that. It ended up kind of working out in my favor anyways, but I'm just trying not to say too much in detail just to not overshare. But in that moment I realized that you really cannot trust people, regardless if they're family or you think that they're trusted friends. Like, people are gonna do what they want to do. People are always gonna talk, whether you like it or not, whether it's true or not. And so the best way to protect your energy is to not overshare and to mind your business. And she could have just easily minded her business by not saying nothing and, you know, just keeping it girl code, but she didn't. And for that, it did bring a greater perspective to myself. And I feel like even though I felt hurt and I felt betrayed, that just opened my mind up. It brought things to the forefront for me to really watch what I say and who I'm saying things to, because you just never know people's motives or their intentions behind things that you say to them. And regardless if you would do it to them or not, people are going to be people, which leads me into this little script that I want to read from, you know, my good book, The 4 Agreements, that I was telling you all about. Yes, we're still on this reading journey. I'm actually on day 4. So the first 3 days I read for an hour. Today I'm going to read for 30 minutes. I just kind of want to alternate it and give myself a bit of time and space in between my readings. I have like 3 books in rotation. So, but this is one of the books, and probably by next week I'll probably be finished with it. What I wanted to read out of this is very important, and it talks about gossiping. Gossiping has become the main form of communication in human society. It has become the way we feel close to each other because it makes us feel better to see someone else feel as badly as we do. There's an old expression that says misery likes company, and people who are suffering in hell don't want to be all alone. Fear and suffering are an important part of the dream of the planet. They are how the dream of the planet keeps us down. And for me personally, I don't gossip about people. If I'm talking about someone, it's really in retrospect or something that I experienced, but I am very mindful of how I use my words and how I choose to not only speak about myself, but others around me. Because there was a saying like, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words definitely do hurt. And I feel like sometimes words hurt more than actual physical items. So I just learned that not to talk about people, there's no point, because at the end of the day, it doesn't make me feel good. And I'd rather speak with greater intention than for ego-fed attention. You just have to pick the spectrum of where you want to thrive on. And like I said, the energy that you put out will come back to you. And for me, I'm just learning to just keep my mouth shut a bit more, because like I said, you never know people's intentions and what they're going to do and how they're going to relay messages to other people, and the things people like to exaggerate stories and make things bigger than what they are. And for me, it's just easier and lighter for me to just keep my mouth shut. And I'm not saying like don't speak up for yourself or don't defend yourself when you need. Of course, do that. But when it comes to speaking to people about others, I know people have careers on gossiping, but at the end of the day, that energy, at least for me, it don't feel good. I don't feel good talking about somebody else, nitpicking them and stuff like that, because I don't like people doing it to me. I know that they do it, but I don't like people doing it to me. So it's like, why would I put that energy out and do it to other people? Like, I guess I'll be the peacemaker on this earth who, you know, I'd rather people feel comfortable and more confident around me and to speak to me, rather than looking at me like, oh no, she finna go talk. I know she messy and she likes to tell people business. Like, that is not my prerogative. So yeah, we're not doing that. Our next point in preserving the energy and conserving your energy is don't be out here paying for other people's karma. Do not be out here paying for other people's karma. And what I mean by that is sometimes we feel like we love people so much, or we have such big hearts, or we could be so vulnerable that we want to help and we want to insert ourselves into situations to quote unquote make it better and to be the peacemaker. I was one of those people, and I cut that out real quick over the past like 2-3 years. You just never know what people have really done in their past or what they're doing in their current moment that is festering chaotic energy. We are not Jesus. We are not anybody's savior. You cannot go out here to this world and try to save them because you feel like, you know, people need help. Like, yes, people need help. At the end of the day, people have to take accountability and to pay for the consequences and the actions that they've taken if it was done in a negative light. Sometimes we will mess ourselves up spiritually, emotionally, physically, and financially because we're trying to be out here Captain Save a Person, and that is not our job. Other people's karma will start to turn into your karma. This leads me into my next little story time, which is about an ex that I used to be with who was basically in this like cult type of thing, gang thing. And I felt like I loved him so much and I wanted to help him and, you know, be there for him and X, Y, and Z and provide, being in my masculine energy when I should have been more feminine.
No.
I was inserting myself into that situation so deeply. And at first, it didn't feel as bad. But the deeper that I went, I noticed how much it was draining me, how much it was hurting me, how much it was depleting me. Not only mentally and physically, but also financially. I was paying for his own addictions and his own dealings in the street and all this stuff. And honestly, it caused me to have a lot of damage done to my own property. Like, my car got broken into. There was just like a lot of violence going on and a lot of physical threats to me and my family and stuff like that. And that's all because I opened myself up to this person, because I wanted to help them, because I felt like I quote unquote knew them and that I wanted to be their savior and be in their safe space. And that person took advantage of that. But that person also did not protect me. That person did not help me pay for the things that got damaged. That relationship was very, very, very abusive. And it was all because I was being too vulnerable. I was being too naive and feeling like, oh, because I love them and I'm just so infatuated with them and going off of potential and thinking that they can change. But all in all, it was hurting me and depleting me. And it honestly pushed me into this journey of self-awareness and meditation and mindset. And I had to learn from that point on to really put my foot down and have these boundaries and stop letting other people take advantage of me, because I want to be helpful, because I want to serve. Like, one of my love languages is being of service, but I'm learning that I cannot put myself in those situations to people who want to just take advantage, who have narcissistic characteristics and behaviors, because they will project that energy onto you, and then you'll be questioning yourself, and then you'll be like, oh well, dang, is it me? So now you're paying for a lifetime of karma or years of karma for a person that you could have avoided. But I will say this, sometimes you have to go through certain things, because in order for us to learn, we have to experience. But you can also learn through other people's experiences to avoid the catastrophic tower moments. All in all, I really pray that you all really get this message and really preserve your energy and protect your peace. I love to say that peace is my daily practice and privacy is my peace, because at the end of the day, all you have is you. And if you are someone who is determined to make a beautiful life for yourself, release the burden of other people and trying to carry the world on your back. Like, you're not meant to carry the world on your back. You're not meant to be out here paying for other people's karma. What you're meant to do is live your life authentically and live up to your purpose and go after the things that you say that you want to do out here in life. Like, I'm not going to say life is too short, because life is life at the end of the day. But day by day, we're getting older. And what we do in our day-to-day reflects in our tomorrows. And if you're out here playing with yourself, if you're out here doing Russian roulette with your life, with careless people and self-sabotaging yourself, you're going to be stuck in the same positions. And then you're going to feel stuck. You're going to feel stagnant. You're going to feel frustrated. You're going to continuously perpetuate the same karmic cycles, because you're not allowing yourself to break free and to preserve your energy. When you really start to preserve your energy and to see things and people and places for what they are, and you learn to really protect their peace, you will soon realize how much easier it is to step back, be strategic. Like, you have to play chess, not checkers. And you will gain so much more out of life. You will be fulfilled and have more opportunities out of life when you just focus on yourself, stop oversharing, and protect your peace. So with that being said, I want you all to have an amazing day. Let me know what you think about this video. Make sure that you all subscribe and follow me on all platforms at Experience A-List, and I'll catch you on my next one. Ciao.